Good morning. I am so sorry for the delay. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do not own the rights to the music or to the content that comes on with the commercials on the music. Um, this is a cup of conversation and food for thought. Please like, share, and subscribe. Um, Today is Tuesday. Had a late start. That bed was feeling really good. But as always, I come on giving honor and glory to Mother, Father, God, universe. Thank you, God, for waking us up this morning and seeing us throughout the day. Continue to keep us, bless us, watch over us. Continue to provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Continue to keep us safe and protect us and cover us with the blood of Jesus. Fully dressed, wearing the full armor of God, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith, sword of God's holy word, butter of truth, and shoes of peace. Continue, God, to have your way in my life and our lives, order our steps, direct our path. You are truly, truly an awesome God and worthy of all the praises. Thank you, God, for being so awesome and so wonderful. You are truly, truly an awesome, awesome God. Continue to keep us and bless us. I want to also give gratitude and respect to our big brother, Jesus, archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest Christ light, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and far. Thank you for just being so wonderful. These blessings I pray in your holy name. Amen. Good morning to you all. Sorry for the late start. It's just one of those mornings, you know, I just, sleep was kind of rough. So getting up was even harder. The topic of conversation today is let's talk about karmic relationships. I know we've heard that a lot. Um, I want to know if you guys out there know what a karmic relationship is or what you think a karmic relationship is. Have you been in one? And if so, how did you get out? Um, just a cup of conversation and food for thought. Um, this conversation that we're talking about is going to be about relationships. As always, when I come on, I say that you cannot love nobody else or do anything for nobody until you do and love yourself first. And I think for you to not to get involved in a karmic relationship or to be more aware of a karmic relationship is when you realize and love yourself and appreciate who you are and understand who you are. Now, I've been in some karmic relationships and did not know that's what it was until going through it and until hearing a lot of discussions and people talk about it. Thank you. And good morning to you. And I see you do a lot of singing and music. Are you famous? I see your videos. You have a very nice voice and your message seems to be positive. So continue doing what you're doing. It's much appreciated. Music is awesome. Uh-oh, what happened? Thank you for the roses. Peace and abundance. Spiritual light everywhere. Thank you. I try. Um, I'm sorry, it's not scrolling like I needed to. Okay. I don't know if you heard answer the question or not. The thing stops scrolling on my screen, but I'll leave it alone. Maybe it'll adjust itself. But yeah, I'm still kind of tired, y'all, this morning. It is Wednesday, hump day. Yay, yay. That explains why I'm tired. It's the middle of the week, and it's a full week this week. Usually the kids get so many days out of school, so the teachers still got to go in. So, but it's and it was a late day yesterday too. My best friend wanted to be with me. Oh, okay. So you chose to be friendship instead of relationships. Okay. I always thought friendships can turn into relationships, but if you have something that's long term and y'all got an understanding, then it is what it is. I'm not here to change that. A long time watcher and rising star in your life. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Drink some coffee so I can wake up. I got coffee this morning. But yeah, I look at karmic relationships as people that's like sheep's, no, like wolves in sheep's clothing. You're not getting the true person, and you're not seeing the true person because they're camouflaged, or your eyes has been camouflaged. Was okay with my decision, but then said I'm small. Okay. Discussion current relationships and how to recognize them. Share your thoughts. That AI summary makes it so simple and quick, and when I say it, it comes out so long. That came right on cue, huh? I ask that when you come on these lives to be at least 21 years of age, because when I come on, I'm coming on to help others with love and encouragement and uplifting. I'm not here trying to discourage anyone. I'm not here to try to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm here to just have a cup of conversation because I feel healing can come through communication and conversation. So that is why I come on live early in the morning, skip on my sleep so I can come on and help encourage others. So I am coming on to just encourage and uplift. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought. Um, and I think anyone who has real life experiences, who's been through things and been out of things, is legal. You have something to share. You have something to help somebody get over. Um, so basically, we are homegirls. I would not be able to success. Okay, then whatever works for you, and it has to make sense for you. Your situation is your situation. Sometimes, you know, a person, you just got to take time. Yeah, you got to take time. You just got to take it one day at a time. Exactly. Take it one day at a time. Do you hear English? Like I said, if you live life and you go through things, you're, and you're over it, then you can help people. I think we go through things in life to help others, and it's up to us to not gatekeep and try to keep, you know, things to ourselves when you know that it can help somebody else. Um, so this is what this is all about. You know, good morning. Thank you for joining the live. That's it. You live and learn. That's the best. I mean, it doesn't have to be the best teacher, but it's a very good teacher. You get it. When you live and learn something, you get it. It sticks a lot more than if somebody is to tell you about something. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Always like to see familiar faces. um, but yeah, for those that are coming on, we're talking about um, karmic relationships. Have you been in a karmic relationship? Are you in a karmic relationship? Have you gotten out of it? And if so, how did you do it? Good morning. I say for me, what got me out of my karmic relationship was just the grace of God. But I hear a lot of things too about karmic relationships that it's here to help you. As everything you go through is here to help you. But karmic relationships tend to, uh, they're like tests. They're like you ask for something, you're going to get it. Let's see if you can appreciate it or not. So I look at karmic lessons, and this is just my opinion, as an opportunity. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. As a lesson, an opportunity to prove yourself. Sometimes those karmic relationships can end up in a very serious, argumentative, hatred type of relationship, but usually that's one sided. It's not the other, it's not an equal thing. One person is building up all this anger and animosity towards one person, and the other person is not doing anything and has not done anything to hurt that person. So, karmic relationships are lessons. If you get involved in one, usually, in my opinion, you pray to God and ask God to send you the one. And this is a test to see, are you going to pass this test or are you going to fail this test? Well, then break the cycle and spread love. It only takes one person to break the cycle. Hatred is a choice, love is a choice. Make the choice to do the better thing. Because if you do the bad thing, there's bad consequences, and it's going to come back to you whether you like it or not. And if it doesn't come back to you, it's going to come back to somebody you love. Either way, you're going to feel it. So is my husband. Life goes on. You don't stop living because somebody passed away. You keep moving. You're still here because you still have a purpose. My husband passed away. He's not here, but I still have a purpose. So life goes on. Okay? And you're entitled to get upset. By all means, take it out in a quiet place to where you're not hurting anybody. Feel your emotions. Feel them. Cry, scream if you have to. Don't hurt nobody. But you still go through those emotions and then you still go on. Life still happens. Life don't stop because you lose somebody, you know. And I'm still coming with love. Thank you for the compliments. You still move forward. Life has some challenges, but you don't quit. Whatever makes you comfortable in what you do, but don't hurt you and don't hurt nobody else because it's not your fault or their fault for what happened to you. You still have to live your life. And if going to the gym works out for you, go to the gym. If listening to music works out for you, listen to music. If creating something and be creative and make things, do that. Mine's what I did was I went to making jewelry. So my comfort, my peace, the thing that saved me from doing anything crazy was creating jewelry and making jewelry. And that's what I do. I make jewelry and I love it. It's calming, it's relaxing, and when I finish, I create something beautiful I can be proud of. You don't have to carry hate in this world. This world got too much hate already in this world. Grieving is a season. And it doesn't matter what season, because it can hit in any season, any age, or any time in your life. You got to keep moving. And if I'm coming on sounding hard or with compassion, it's coming out of love. Because we need to get smacked right out of some of these situations. Coming back to karmic relationships. Karmic relationships can also be that slap in the face to wake your behind up. It's time to get it together. That, how come overcome my stop doing it. I don't believe you have one. I think you're being funny. But go through counseling and stop doing it. Period. And move on. Next. But back to the topic at hand, karmic relationships. That is those are, I think that's like a learning relationship. I don't care for karmic relationships. I don't care for situationships. I want the original old-fashioned true relationship. The one that you get to know one another. You get to talk. You get to spend time. You get to, get comfortable around one another. Maybe you need to seek a counselor and have them discuss things outside of here. Because here is about karmic relationships or relationships. I always say, and this is what I tell everybody, seek God, meditate, and spend that one-on-one time with God. Ask God for direction and guidance. God will give you a clue, a signal, or something. I've gave you some very serious advice. Very serious advice I've given you. And if you just listen and stop being so quick to put judgment and so quick to try to get below the belt, you'll hear exactly that I gave you some good advice. What's a karmic relationship? Good question. A karmic relationship can break down to different meanings for everybody. But basically, to me, I think a karmic relationship is a relationship that a person goes through to wake you up. To if it's that one relationship that is going to make you or break you. Are you going to continue on in a path that you was going in, or are you going to wake up and change and realize that you are desiring to go another path? And it's a sad thing because somebody in these relationships tend to get hurt. But it falls along the lines of, if you ask for something, are you ready to receive what you ask for? So, what is it that you mean? So did I answer your question in regards to a karmic relationship? What did you hear a karmic relationship was? Play rotation. But I do know that I've been in a karmic relationship and that woke me up, slam wide open. I'm up. I'm not going back. You haven't heard of them. Okay. Well, we have all types of names for different types of things. A karmic relationship is more like a controlling relationship, a one-sided relationship, a relationship where, and it could be similar to a situationship. It's when someone can be with somebody and they have so much control over that one person, or they're trying to make that person less of who they are and more of what they want them to be. It's a relationship that is one-sided. That is one-sided, with one person being very controlling, one-sided being where you must have personal relationships with God. With God, all things are possible. I agree. I agree. I always say seek God first. And since we're talking about God, people can ask for relationships. People can ask for, oh, you're back. I pray God have mercy on your soul. Because if you come on and try to disrespect and be rude to people, and all they're doing is trying to share love, you, what's that saying in the Bible? Touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. You can hurt people with your words. But anyway, um, the person up there with that comment, they know who they are. Yeah, I see that. Um, I'm talking to the one that made that comment, that response that came on here before with a new name, because I blocked it from the previous one. But anyway, um, that's a karmic. That's an example of a karmic. A karmic wants to throw out hate, want to throw out all that negative stuff. A karmic can have a one-sided argument, one-sided battle. No, Erica, I didn't say it to you. That person is saying it to you, Eric, whatever your name is. But for the comment, and I just had to clarify that. A karmic relationship is someone that is being a bully, someone that is coming on and doing what this particular person do. Who, whatever, that's a karmic. His attitude, his actions, her, whatever it is coming across as a karmic. And that's what karmics do. They come in and they have these one-sided competitions. They're against you and for no reason. A karmic can be with somebody all of their life, see all the good in the person that the one person in that relationship could be doing all of this stuff for that individual, and then that one person will want to leave and be with many other people, and then come back and want to and have things back the way it was, and then leave again, and then come back, and then as if nothing was wrong. And then when that person that is in that current relationship is on to what's going on, then they will leave that particular karmic, and then that karmic will have a one-sided hatred with that person and start spreading all these lies and rumors and different things about that one individual. And that one individual did nothing wrong but love them, just showed them unconditional love. But because they were not sure or really ready for what they asked for, and when they got it, realized they were scared out of their mind of receiving what it was that they was offering or asking for, they went back to their old habits, and thus leaving that relationship over. Did I clarify that, y'all? If not, please let me know. But always seek God first for direction and guidance. I'm just having a cup of conversation and food for thought. So I have a bunch of different um, children on today. All right, well, I'm going to stop looking at the comments over here, because it's just a bunch of things going through that's not talking about what I'm talking about. I'm trying to talk about something that's helpful. And then we have, I guess, it's a tag team of people on here that is interrupting the flow of the topic, or a cup of conversation and food for thought. But I hope and I pray, God, less of me and more of you. Allow me to reach those that need to hear what I have to say, because, God, I know it's coming from you and not from me. And I pray, God, that you continue to just use me as your vessel to reach out and touch those who need to be helped. And like I said, this is a cup of conversation and food for thought. This is just, I believe healing happens through communication and talking. I always say, you need to talk to people that you trust, that you can respect, because you have people that will take what you say and turn it against you to try to hurt you. But I always tell people, if the person was the one that tell you, who you really hurt, You wouldn't have had that information if that person never told it to you. But karmic relationships is a form of growth. It is what you will encounter in life. Some people may encounter it in life. Some people said they didn't know what it was. So maybe they're the ones that's the karmic and not realizing that they're the ones that's doing it in life. Yeah. Maybe that's why I was so comfortable and wanting to stay in the bed this morning, because I knew unconsciously knew what was out there this morning. But nevertheless, I still come on to encourage and help others. And I pray that what I say, and it'll reach those who need to hear it. Um, I understand that we all need attention, and a lot of us don't get it. So we act out, or some people act out. All right. So as always, I always tell people, and we've been early. It's not like I've been on for a long time. Thank you. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I have a purpose, and I'm going to live out the purpose that I have, that I believe that I'm here for. I've been quiet for so many years, haven't said nothing for so many years, because of what I think other people might say. I don't live for other people. I live for God, and that's who I live for. Blessings to you too. Thank you. And I'm going to move forward because I have a purpose, and like I said, I serve a God that is greater. So if God is for me, who can be against me? And if there's people that's against me, they're not dealing with me. It's the light or the God that they see in me that they have a problem with. But you know, um, uh, love yourself, because when you love yourself, you don't care what anybody else has to say. The comments that they throw out on you that's negative won't have no effect on you, because you'll realize that it's just them asking for it. And people say things that they feel. Insecurity is something that people like to put on other people. Just a cup of so yeah, I take this opportunity to give back ever so kindly all the insecurities that people are trying to throw off on in my direction. I kindly just pass it right back to you, and I send it back to you with love, because I realize when people are insecure, or when hurt people hurt, they like to hurt others, and the only thing that seems to soothe them is when they can feel like they're hurting somebody else. But I serve a God that is greater, and God that has loved me back to myself. The meditation, the one-on-one time that I spend with myself and with God lets me know that I am awesome, no matter what nobody else say. I don't live for people. I live for God. And I do the work of my Father, my mother, the Creator, Mother, Father, God, universe. That's who I work for. I don't work for man. Because if I work for men, I'd have to deal with people that's coming up here saying all this negative stuff. But believe it or not, I'm helping them too. But I call back my energy. Cleansed, renewed, replenished back to me. But but it's 5:52 in the morning. 5:52 in the morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. I'm looking at your name. But but yeah, always, you can't love nobody else if you don't show love for yourself. You can't please nobody else if you don't know how to properly please yourself, as far as knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like, what you're going to put up with, what you're not going to put up with. You still need to love yourself, respect yourself, check in with yourself to see how well you're doing. Have you gotten enough rest? Have you eaten? Have you taken all that you were supposed to take? Have you went out and get yourself a breath of fresh air? Have you done what you're supposed to do to make you the best you that you can be? And once you've done all of that for yourself, then go and look for other. Then you can go and help other people. Um, but yeah, but continue to love on you. And if you've been in a karmic relationship, for those who are just jumping on or coming on live, we're talking about karmic relationships. We've been talking about relationships for a while, and we are. I'm asking you guys if you've been in any karmic relationships. If so, what did you learn from that karmic relationship? Was it hard to get out of? Can you get out of a karmic relationship? Yes, you can. Do you know it's a karmic relationship sometimes in the beginning? No, you don't. But are there signs and cues that you can look at to see if the relationship is karmic? Yeah, you can. There's ways of there's ways that you can look at your situation and wonder if that's what is going on. So you know, this conversation works well if you contribute and come and let me know what's going on, or talk to help other people, not just let me know. I'm not trying to get in your business. I feel like if we have this conversation, it will help others who want to say something or not sure what to say, or how to get it out. But karmic relationships can look different to many different people. It can be something that starts off that's more of a lustful thing, and then before you know it, it's a whole year into relationship type thing, and then you're realizing someone that you're dating turns out to be someone that you're living with. You're like, where did this happen? It's almost like a Twilight Zone type of thing. But I do believe that karmic relationships are relationships put out in place to to teach you. Everything is to teach you. So I'm not just pinpointing this, but it's a relationship that you want to make sure that you're not in. Um, I believe that we get tested. We get tested throughout life. We get tested in situations to see if you really want what you want. Are you going to take care of what you ask for? And we have a lot of people that pray to God for the one, the 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 head over heels type of person. And if God grants you that, God puts somebody in your life for you to take care of, to love. And when you receive that love and realize that you weren't ready for that because you're scared of it, that's when you put to the test. That's what's going to wake you up, because you're either going to go back to where you used to go, or you're going to go forward to where this could be, where this can grow. So um, ultimately, the choice is up to you. But I'm giving you a one-sided perspective of what karmic relationship is. If you guys have been in something that's different, share it. That way we can help and see what a karmic relationship looks like, so that when we are getting into relationships, we can understand or look at some patterns. And if it always use your discernment, always use your discernment, use your intuition, and from there move on how you want to do it. But ultimately, the choice is up to you. Um, I feel that the atmosphere is changing and shifting for the better. So I'm giving honor and glory to God. Send a request. I don't. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Can I do it? I don't see you up here for me to send the request. I don't know how to put it up there. I would love to have you to be a guest up here. I don't know how to send a request. Is there a way for you to invite? Let's see who's. Oh. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I finally made the panel. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I hear echo in the background.
So often, yeah.
It's okay.
Let me take. Give me a second. I take my headphones. Let me see.
Are you jamming back there? I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So oftentimes, people try to battle against this thing called chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
The circle doesn't go in the square doesn't go in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says the man that findeth the woman findeth a good thing. So we didn't flip the script, and now the women are the hunters. It's a different kind of world. So a lot of times the relationships are started out fighting against resistance because the foundation started off crooked.
Exactly. I agree.
And that's what we deal with. You can't force chemistry. You can't fake it. You can't make it. It either exists or it's not there.
Exactly. I agree. And funny you said that, because I had made comments before, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful when I said it, because I can only speak to some men that I know. And I said that it's kind of backwards, where, some of the men come across a little weak. Not every man. And that's not their fault entirely. It's because the way that the world has been changed, and the way that, they took the man out of the house and made the women have to be out there to force to work, which causes a lot of change from what you try to set forth. But go ahead.
The landscape of it now is the biggest trick, and it's been going on strong since the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't speak for everybody. I'm talking about us,
mm-hmm.
where they've tried to defeminize the brother,
mm-hmm.
okay, and take him out of his place, and pretty much have the sister thinking that she's the alpha and she can handle it by herself. So what you got is it's littered with a bunch of, nothing wrong with being the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with you being the boss of your industry and being strong, because guess what? Like you said, I'm tired of being a man. I'm tired of handling it by myself. I'm tired of taking out the trash
mm-hmm.
and doing all these manly things
mm-hmm.
because you had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But under the right circumstances, like I said, in a good relationship, it's either going to be your biggest liability or your greatest asset or your biggest liability.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I had came on yesterday and I had made a comment, and I want to hear your standpoint of it. Does it, when a woman talks about how they're resilient, or, because I never say I don't need a man. I mean, well, I did say that, but I'm not saying that in a negative way, because I had to do a lot of things on my own. But does it make a man feel less if you hear a woman say, I'm strong and I'm powerful and I'm resilient and all this other stuff? Does that make you feel like you're not welcome to that person's world?
Well, see, here's the big trick right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great divide between me. I've operated by myself for years and done everything that needs to be done in the house,
mm-hmm.
versus I don't need a man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? People need to understand what the difference is. Hey, kudos that a woman can raise 3 boys and get them all graduated from high school and they can go to college and be the teen mom and do all this stuff
mm-hmm.
with no man in sight. Sometimes you don't even have the help from the uncles. Kudos, but that don't mean she wanted to do that.
Exactly.
She did it because she had to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when I talk like that, if I do, because I'm speaking from a woman from a standpoint that has done it by herself a lot. Well, I had a husband, but I had to do a lot of the working and everything, and that has been in my vocabulary. And sometimes I forget that it's in my vocabulary. So I have to be reminded, okay, but I never wanted to do that by myself. And I never wanted to be by myself. I tried so hard in my relationship to try to keep 2 people in the household, because in my upbringing, there wasn't 2 people. That's why I always say to people when I talk, you can try so hard to run right into what you're running from. And you have to be careful and aware of your actions. And it helps to have the right person there to kind of help you along the way. But if you don't, you're doing the best that you can, and then you realize that you did all this work, spent all this time, all these years running away from what you're running right into, and it's crazy.
Absolutely. And your situation is, I mean, it's a big difference between being a widow versus these sisters just calling
by being
calling all kind of relief pictures out the bullpen because she was chasing somebody she shouldn't have been with in the first place. You can't keep changing out dudes in front of your kids and then bringing them in a house where you got a revolving door also. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, like I said, you're dealing with a different kind of man out there in the field now. When you go to these places, all you gotta do is watch. All you gotta do, the internet is a good asset, but it's our greatest enemy. All you gotta do is look in Atlanta and Houston through the internet. It'll make a sister want to stay in the house.
I know the dating world out there keeps somebody in the house. I tried to do the dating thing. I would not do that again. As far as on the internet and meeting people, I'm good. I'm good. I want the old fashioned way. We can meet up in person and see how things work out. But that telephone thing, and it just turns into something totally what I'm not used to.
Yeah. I think you posed a question a few podcasts ago that said, how do you know when you see it? When you come in the room and it's in the room with you, how do you know? Oh, like you said, see, when you old school like that, trust me, you'll know it. It don't take a long time.
It don't. You can feel it. I mean, it. I shared before about a smile. I saw a guy, and now that I think about it, was it in my dream? But no, I think it was a real life thing. And the person smiled at me, and I felt it right in my heart. And I'm like, where did that come from? It's a feeling. And even if you look at somebody, it used to send butterflies to your stomach or something like that. You can't get all that on the internet. It's
only happens. That stuff, that feeling you talking about only happens once or twice or 3 times in a lifetime. and make no mistake about it, it's not just that. There's a lot more to the resume, okay? Because but that portion of it you can't sneak in and do that. It's I think Spiral John wrote a song back in the day called "Stories Without Words." You can look across. And I mean, in my past life when I was active duty, I bounced in the club for many years. I could see people connect, and I see people in the clubs look at each other for a couple of weeks before they talk to each other, and I see relationships unfold. And that's the way it used to be. You didn't need nobody to introduce you. You just waited each other out. People sit up there old school. They watch each other before they either send a drink or they speak. Because I want to see how this joker look. I want to see what he's doing when he in here.
Yeah,
it tells a lot about a person. I'm gonna watch it. Is he just coming in trying to talk to everybody? Is he selective? What is he looking at? Who he dancing with? Who she dancing with?
How they dance? Yeah.
They know your drink and how you like it before they even speak to you.
Yeah. So I can relate to that too. But yeah, it's different. It's different. But
once again, people want the microwave. They scared. Even at a later age, you gotta take the time to know who you're dealing with, because even in a relationship, no one has the energy to waste time no more.
And then you have a lot of people too that have trigger points. People like walking time bombs because they don't deal with certain situations. They just take stuff and carry it on to the next, carry it on to the next, carry it on to the next. And it just takes one person to trigger somebody off to make them lose their mind. So you need to spend that time to communicate and talk with people, because you got to know whether or not can you hold a conversation, because you're going to need to talk to each other once the honeymoon phase of the dating is over. You're going to have to be able to know that you can carry a conversation. You're going to have to be able to know that you can be around that person. And so, because I always say everything is good in the beginning. And then after a while, the true colors come out.
I want that. Like you said, you got to have that Jill Scott kind of feel. Is it the way you make me feel?
Yeah.
Jill talked about it. She ain't wasting no time.
And I said I was going to put that on there, and I didn't. I'm sorry. I was running late this morning. But I will. Let me see. I might still have the stuff up here.
She said, "Is it the way?" She jumped out of bed, took a shower, told you.
Uh-huh.
Talked about them grits.
She sure did. That's the music that you can feel. It's coming from the heart, not from just quick, let me do what they want to hear type of thing. But yeah. Where is she? But yeah.
If you got a test or something, just come back and let me know. I'll make I'll adjust accordingly. We was in and out there and do what we do.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I can find her. I see it. But I thank you all for joining the live. Somebody asked me how long I've been wearing glasses. Why is that important? I've been wearing glasses since I was 3 years old. 2 years old.
Hey, you must understand, like you said, with all due respect, you're arguably one of the most interesting people that I've seen on the net. So
thank you.
You're gonna get questions like that. And I like the way that you're not disrespectful. I mean, you answer.
Yeah, I try to be.
You went from why am I like it? You tell the story about going, why am I like this? To embracing exactly like you are, and it looks good on you.
Well, thank you. I try to be honest.
And the voice is one of a kind.
Yeah, it's my trademark. I can't lose it.
James Earl Jones was a male version of you. He was famous for his voice.
Oh yeah, he had that deep voice.
Layla Hathaway is famous for her voice. And when you listen to other women talk, you must understand. Look, they pay people to do jobs online that sound like you. I'm not talking about the crazy stuff, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I might need to have to look into that.
They pay y'all pretty good.
But yeah, value. Come on now.
Well, go ahead. I know you got to close out and whatnot. I'm just thankful that I could get a spot on one of the best podcasts in the AM.
I thank you. Speak it into existence.
With Dr. Nedra. I appreciate it. I'll be looking. And look, what you said earlier, though, understand, that's a lot to unpackage. I look to see that chapter in your book on how one is able to bounce back and recover from being a widow. You must understand that leg of a book will sell by itself, and still, I don't know if you can call that still standing, the recovery phase, whatever it is, but no one has done it like you have done it. That's what makes it unique.
Yeah. And like I said, there's no time frame.
Women out there in your position smoking drugs or walking on the street, they never made it out of there.
Yeah, and it could have happened to me too. I mean, I was at a low point. I was at a point where I was on my patio drinking 2 bottles of wine, just sitting there. But everybody has a low point, but don't stay there, because that's where the enemy can have a field day. And and when I talk and my music ain't working, but anyway, when I talk and share my stuff, it's factual because it's my stuff. So I can't prove to anybody else.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna get preachy before you cut me off. But we serve a God that sits high and looks low, and has all power in His hand. He can do anything. Anything would fail.
That's right.
The story that the book for you is already written. You worked it from the beginning to the end. He knows the end already. So God bless you. You stay on top, because the bottom's way too crowded.
I hear you, and I will. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right. That was a treat. Thank you. Much appreciated. But yeah, and thank you. But yeah, I want to go back to saying we always try to do the best for ourselves and the best for others, and not realizing that we might run right into the same thing that we're trying to get away from. So we need to just be careful and do those check-ins and do those self-motivations and spend that time with God, so that you can get direction and go in the direction you need to go, and not where you feel you go because of you letting your emotions take over. But yeah, we all have a choice. We all have a decision. My role could have been different, but that I've learned that we're not alone. We're not by ourselves. We have God and we have our spirit team. Even when you think that you're by yourself and you're living in this world with not a lot of people around you, you have God and you have your spirit team. and they're going to be the ones that help you, encourage you. You may not see them, but you'll get signs, you'll get symbols, you'll get synchronicities, you'll get things that nature would bring to you to your awareness. Um, I'm not affiliated or associated with anybody that's pulling people from here to go to someplace else. You're grown. That's your choice, your decision. I'm not affiliated with that. I don't know what you're going to get on the other side. So that choice is up to you. Has nothing to do with me. But but yeah, today has turned out to be different, a different way. Moon. Why does that name sound familiar? I don't know if I put you on here. If you're not, hello.
Nigger, 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 nigger.
I am having a blissful day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I tell you, we got some hateful people in this world. Let them stay out in the world, not inside. And so many immature people out here too. And that word means ignorant. And you just showed your ignorancy by coming out here saying that word. But yeah, I thank you all for joining the live. I apologize for, well, I can't apologize because I don't know what these people are going to do. So I'm not going to apologize for somebody else. I just thank you all for joining the live and hope that the live is helpful to you all out there. And just understand that we have critics and we have people that will do whatever they need to do to try to discourage others. But I know who God has for, if God is for me, who can be against me? And I believe that the message, the words, whatever's being said will go out and help those that need to hear it. Even the ones that are having, coming on and being rude and disrespectful, there's something that drew them here, and there's something they're trying to take from here that they can use for themselves. So they come across using it in a negative way. But those are the ones that really want to receive what it is that you're giving, but they're just too ashamed to admit it. But and that's how I'm gonna look at it. You know, make it make sense for yourself. So, but yeah, for those that are coming on, we're having a cup of conversation and food for thought, and we're talking about the karmic relationships. And as you can see, there's more than just karmics in relationships. You have karmic people that come on and try to discourage and cause harm to others. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you. You're welcome. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of folks that will come on and try to change the tone and try to change the atmosphere. But you know what? You take control of your atmosphere. You ask God to come in and have his way. And you keep flowing and you stay positive, you stay calm. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar. If you have two balls of fire, you put it together, you're just gonna get a big fire. So if you stay calm, just keep calm and keep going. You know, you're gonna have people that's gonna try to take you out of character. Who knows? Maybe they get paid for that. But that's why you need to love yourself and be one with you, so that you don't let that take you out of character. You just be who you are and flow. But I do appreciate the guest that was on. That was a treat for me. And I hope that you're not discouraged to come back. We'll do it again. I'm scared to go on yours. I don't have enough knowledge to go on your live to be a guest, but I will watch your live. But yeah, we've been on for 49 minutes. I'm going to try to push it to 1 hour. But yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. But we've talked about relationships this week. We talked about what a struggle, what you struggle with in a relationship. We talked about how you can get past those struggles. We talked about obsessions in relationships, what it looks like, and how you can get past that. But one thing about relationships, and this is a question I have, and it's regards to karmic relationships. Why is it when you get into a karmic relationship and you spend time with each other and something brought you guys together, there was some good moments within that time frame, and then it breaks off, and sometimes it just breaks off peacefully because you don't have to have you don't have to speak to end it. You can just separate, and then that can be the end of it, and then you can move on and go about your business. One is going about their business, the other one is resentful because they don't have that person back in their life, or that source, or that energy that was given by that person. So it started one band campaign that they gravitate and pull a lot of people on to hate this one person that did nothing but love that one person. And this is repeating myself. This is what I talked about in the beginning. So I'm kind of wrapping this stuff up. And then they start spreading all these rumors and saying all these negative things about the person that they once was in love with, to kind of find out that they're doing these things because they're still in love with that person. I don't understand that. You had a good thing. You could have kept a good thing, but you chose to twist it because your greed of wanting other people, or your uh, non-self control that led you to stray. It's not that person's fault. It's that person's fault, and that person needs to fix it. They need to do that one-on-one meditation with themselves and with God. Sit down and read the Word. Sit down and read something that's inspirational, that will get you to look at yourself, that will get you to see what it is that you're doing. What is it that's causing you to constantly fall into this relationship or trap, or always falling into the short end of the stick? Take that time to learn yourself. Learn who you are. Hurt people hurt others, but it doesn't have to stay there. You can learn to love yourself, and then you can forgive yourself, and then you can forgive the others, and then move on to start loving others and remove that hate. You don't have to keep going with that hate. You can stop and change the narrative. Just like the person that comes on and say all these negative things, behind the scene, they are attracted to what I'm saying. They want to find the good in what I'm saying, but they have this mask on that they got to cover it up. They have to play the role of a fool to try to come across to receive what they want without saying what they want. That's all it is when they come in my life. If you come in my life and start to say something negative or talk about something negative, and I've never came across and said nothing negative to you, and everything I talk about is about love, it's about getting to know yourself, it's about loving yourself, it's about developing that relationship with God, and learning the love between you and God, and you come on and you have nothing but negative things to say, you want the good that's coming out from here, but you don't want to be the one to say it. So that's what that's about. So I don't get upset and want to block. I'll block if it's trying to take up more of the time, and if it's changing the atmosphere. I use my discernment. I use my intuition. And when I feel like, okay, this is just enough, I block them, or I'll change it so that it's not going to go back into that field. You don't let people come on and take over what you're trying to do. Although people might say that's what I'm doing. No, I am using my discernment. I am feeling my way through the situation because people want help. They don't know how to ask for it. And some people just truly are just being who they are, ignorant. But on the same note, I don't judge, but I'm not going to let the ignorancy of other people come on and take over what I'm trying to do, because they have no idea what I'm trying to do. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. I know that I work for God and I move when God say move. Not when these people come on and try to take over and move. That's not what I do. But I do assess the situation. I do listen to what or how far it's going to go, because I do realize people need help, and um, people need help, and they don't know how to ask for it. And some people just. I see you, man of God. I was trying to see if I can put you on here, but it didn't come up. I don't see your name on my list. But yeah. Good morning. Thank you all for joining the live. Good morning. Good morning. You missed some characters there a little while ago. But I'm still flowing. I'm still going, despite how many people that try to come on here and try to discourage. I don't work and move when they say move. I move when I feel God says to move. So, for those that's just coming on, we're talking about karmic relationships. I start off by asking, do you know what a karmic relationship is? Then I asked, have you been in one? And then I asked, if so, how did you get out of it? And that was the start of the conversation under the umbrella of what we're talking about, but that doesn't mean that that's what the conversation went towards. We had a few characters up here that wanted to try to just show their ignorancy, and so they did, and then they stopped, and now we're going on to the topic that's at hand. But based off of what was learned or brought together in regards to a karmic relationship, uh, I shared that it's another name for controlling relationship. And I'm not, and I appreciate that. I'm not letting them discourage me. Um, it just lets me know what's out there. And I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep going because I believe that I have a purpose, and I'm gonna move towards that purpose. And I thank you for your encouragement. Um, but we talked about how karmic relationships is another word for controlling relationships. It's another word for it can be considered a situationship because when you're in a karmic relationship, out of the it could be both that are not satisfied with just what they have can grow together and they want to go out and experience other things but still come back together, or it could be just one that is going out there and can't deal with what's going on, and then they go out and they go and find out what's out there and then try to come back as if nothing ever happens. um, I'm sharing with you that I've been in a karmic relationship, so I can share with you my experience with it. But that's only my experience. If you have any other experience out there, please share it because karmics don't come in just one shape or size. It comes in different forms, in different ways, in different shades. So in my case, and I was told that sometimes when you get into karmic relationships, you can't get out of it, or if you do get out of it, it's not in a promising way. Karmics can try to get someone that's up here and try to bring them way down here. So they have total control over that person, that situation, and everything. And we don't want karmic relationships because it takes over and make a two relationship one relationship. Relationships, as I said before, is two people. You got two people coming together to form that relationship. It's never a dictatorship to where someone takes over. Now, we had a conversation yesterday. We talked about kings and queens and so forth. I'm not going to that level. I'm talking about when the person that's the karmic that's in a relationship, and it could be man or woman, tries to take over the whole person, their being, their say so, their everything. That is not a relationship. That's a dictatorship. That is just a one sided no. Um, and if you ever been in a situation like that, that person that was broken down while the other person rises up has to find themselves and realize the importance of who they are to get to do that one-on-one loving relationship, one-on-one meditation with God and self. And it's that's going to make that person open up and rise back up to the occasion. And when they get back there and they realize that this person was doing something that they shouldn't have, then they're going to walk away. That person is going to stay. The key to walking away from a person that is a karmic is not to run your mouth and keep starting conflict because it's just going to be conflict. And this is my opinion. The key is to acknowledge what happened, still seek God and love yourself and regain your confidence, and then quietly walk away. You can say, listen, it was nice knowing you. This is not working out, and walk away. They're going to be doing all of this, but you just walk away and you keep moving. And that's how you get out of a karmic relationship. That's one way of how you get out of it. Don't go back and verbatim argue. Don't say nothing. That one person is going to try their hardest to get your attention. They're going to go try hard to badmouth you to other people. They're going to bring a whole posse of people to come against you. But you just keep on moving. Because if you got God for you, who can be against you? You keep on moving. And don't look back. I tell you, you can look back to see how far you come, but don't go back there. Don't go back there and cop a squat. Don't go back there and sit on the couch. And yes, you can go anywhere you choose to because that person is their own person. They're not controlled by this person. They're controlled by themselves and by God because it's them against them in the world. And that's who they're going to have to keep going on through in the world. So that is one way a person can leave a karmic relationship. You don't fight back, you don't argue back, you just keep it pushing, and that is gone. Whatever smoke and ears and whatever you hear in your ear, you take it to God. God will fight your battles. Your spirit team will fight your battles. So you regain your confidence, you regain yourself, you regain your love. This is why I always tell you it is so important to love you. It is so important to love you because you got people out there, so many people out there that's against you. You got some people out there that's for you, but you got a lot of people out there that's against you. And they don't even know why they're against you. They can see something in you. You can give them a feeling of something that they don't have. You can come across in a way that they can't explain. Because what we do as humans, we are against things that we don't understand. And instead of finding out about what it is, the pros and the cons of what certain things are, we sit there and fight it. And then we make it an enemy, not realizing that, life is free will. People have choices. People go through things because of what they have to, not because they want to. And people are different. So you need to have compassion and think about what if it was you that was in that situation. Now, use that with discernment and use that with your self-consciousness, and be careful because you got people out there that are, out there for evil. But you use your discernment, you use your God-given discernment, you use your intuition. That is a tool that you have, that God's given you, that nobody can take away. It's between you and your inner God. That's between you and God. The same God inside, same God around us. That's who it's between. But I thank you all for joining the live, and it's been an hour, so I'm about to get up off of here. Maybe I'll do some podcasts. That'd be more than an hour. We'll see. But I thank you all who joined the live. I know the atmosphere shifted several times within this live today, but we made it through it. So I thank you all who came. I thank you all. I hope that I said something that was helpful. I hope that you are encouraged. I give honor and glory to God if it did help you. So until next time, have a wonderful hump day. Yay. And enjoy your day. Safe travel and mercies for those who are traveling to go to and from their destinations. Until next time. Peace. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Peace.